Welcome back to the Shelf Sisters. Happy book club episode. Happy June.
Summer.
Happy summer. We are reading today's book, Summer
Yes.
in the City. I was reading it and seriously, I was feeling so hot in my apartment. And I was like, this is the perfect book for me to read right now.
No,
We
it
are
was
in
perfect.
Texas. We're like in the thick of it. And so it
No,
was
it's
nice
about to get worse,
to-
but it's okay.
about to get worse, but it was nice to like escape into New York, during
Oh,
this, like
100%.
pretend that we're not in the Texas heat. But anyway, we're so excited to get into the book. I just want to preface this saying if you're watching on YouTube, I seriously have a bug bite on my face right now. So if you see some like redness on my cheek, just please ignore me. This is a normal occurrence for me in the summer.
No,
and in 30 minutes, it'll be gone. But just for 30
I told
minutes,
her
bear
no one
with
can
me.
see her red bug bite on camera.
I saw it on the
whatever.
camera.
It's fine.
So I just need to let everyone know I'm aware and it will go away within like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately
also, if you're
for me.
watching, me and Sonia are in completely different vibes. The funniest thing was she walks in and her shirt is so appropriate for the book that we selected. And I was looking, we have the same t-shirt because of course we do. And I was looking for the same t-shirt to wear with my silk pants and I couldn't find it anywhere. And in comes Sonia wearing the shirt without realizing she's wearing the most perfect shirt for this book.
It was so unintentional. Serge, explain my shirt to everyone.
Okay, so it's a Greenwich, doesn't say Village, just Greenwich shirt. It's
from
cream.
Brandy Melville.
Oh, yeah.
We should mention
Honestly,
that.
every time I say something is from Brandy, I feel like a teenager weirdo. What are we doing, like going in there, and grabbing teas? But they're so perfect.
I have picked up like 5 more and I'm obsessed with them. The only bad part is that like they don't wash well. And so I just keep buying more instead of like keeping the ones that I have for a long time.
I'm always like on cold wash, no dryer, and it seems to be okay.
Okay.
But
well, I'm not doing that. So that's probably my problem. But yeah, we love them. We went into the store together in New York. I remember we both loved this shirt. We picked it up. And I just wore it today because I was like, I just need to like throw on a t-shirt and be casual. I came, Sarah's just wearing silk pants, silk top, Chanel shoes. I'm like, bro, we are not the same today.
No. We said, should we wear something pink for the pink cover of the book?
Yes.
And Sonia's like, I surprisingly have no pink in my closet, which how is that?
That just means I need to go shopping.
Exactly.
Like all these sales going on, I need to go somewhere.
Shoes, but you didn't. It's fine.
True.
But yeah, this is my pink contribution for
Your
the
pop
day.
of pink.
My slingbacks, and honestly, are they not stunning? Like the patent.
They're
the
so
front.
cute. I'm seriously feeling like an ogre wearing like a Brandy Melville t-shirt with jeans and my Zara heels.
I needed to be comfortable today. But
this is Sarah's just comfortable. This is my comfortable.
This is the fastest shoe purchase of my entire life. I kid you not.
Sarah did text me or she texted me and my mom. We have a group chat and it's always us just like sending crap like this. And she just sent a video. 0.2 seconds later, she was like, I'm getting them. I was like,
I didn't wait for a response. I just said they're pink, sparkly, and the front is black patent leather. So how could I not?
Usually we're asking each other, like, is this good? Do you think?
I don't think I asked.
And this time she was like, no, this is a need. I was like, perfect. Like, you should get them. I was so excited. It felt like I was making a purchase,
You
so
can borrow them. We are the same shoe size. So
that's true.
All right, guys. Well, enough of the chit chat. We are here on
also your case is a pop of pink.
Stop. And then also wait, no.
Coasters.
If you're on YouTube, these coasters have a special place in my heart because I made these by hand for me and my friends. We went to
I remember.
I don't even know what this place is called, but we made coasters.
It was kind of like a sip and paint, right? But for coasters?
Technically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't really sip anything, but of course, our favorite combo, red and pink, and I made coasters.
Which is the combo of the book.
It is the combo. Oh my God, stop. Stunning. Okay.
You should actually hold them up to the camera because they're so beautiful. Like
they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
Usually we have Pellegrino or something like on it, but this is a recession indicator that we don't have our sparkling waters with us today.
Just about to say that.
Just kidding. But okay, enough of that. We are in full theme for Summer in this City. We'll give you guys a summary of the book, go through questions, obviously the Hollywood adaptations, because we're pretty spot on.
We are
almost
pretty
always.
spot on. And we just found out before we started
Yes.
recording that Summer in the City is being adapted into a feature film by New Line Cinema. Literally, we're finding questions for this episode.
Yes.
And when I Googled it, that just popped up. And I swear this used to be
Yeah.
an indicator of, oh my God, this book
Wow.
is so
Stellar. Yes.
stellar everywhere. Like, can't believe it was bought to be a movie. And now it's like, if you're not getting turned
Your
into
book
a
sucks.
movie,
You're below the 2
what
star.
are you doing?
No, it's like a regular occurrence these days. So,
It's
I mean, it's
crazy.
pleasant, but you guys come out with more,
Something
like the
new.
talent is there, but
And we'll get
apparently
into it, but I'm like, does this need to be turned?
It's okay.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Okay.
But okay, let's get into the summary. Oh, we should say the author's name just in case you don't know.
Yes.
Summer in the City, and it's by Alex Aster.
Yeah.
And let me give Serge the iPad for the summary.
Okay. Also, guys, the summary is a little bit long, but even though this was a rom-com-y book, I feel like a lot happened. So we'll give you guys a full summary. And then also, like, in our Instagram story today, we put a little question mark to say, like, what do you guys, do you have any thoughts, questions about the book? We got a couple of questions, which we kind of included in our
In the discussion question part.
But then, of course, our brother responded, was like a summary.
Because
LOL,
obviously he's not reading the
He
book.
doesn't read, but he listens during his workouts, which is honestly amazing. Thank
Shout
you.
out to him.
Shout out. Okay. Summer in the City by Alex Aster is about Elle Leon, who begrudgingly returned to New York City to finish a major screenplay over the summer while house sitting for her sister's Manhattan apartment. She's surprised to find her neighbor is Parker Warren, a handsome tech billionaire who she once shared a one-night stairwell hookup with, and who assumes she's a shallow gold digger, and she assumed he was all about his company and his money. The initial animosity sparks her creativity, and Parker proposes that she pretend to be his girlfriend to help with his public image concerns during his company's acquisition over the summer. As they embark on an enemies to lovers fake dating summer story, they tour iconic NYC spots, and by summer's end, their relationship blossoms into something real. The third act breakup occurs when he purchases 150 plus Harry Winston rings and buys the townhouse that she has been admiring her entire life. They proceeded to not be a part of each other's lives for 2 years because Elle, of course, broke it off. And then they reconnected later at a charity dinner. Elle finally lets down her guards, and they are now in a for real relationship.
That was like such a long summary.
No,
but
exactly.
It was so necessary. I remember
necessary.
I was at 60% of the book thinking like, oh, it's over. And then so much stuff happened after. I was like, I can't believe we're going to have to recap
I know,
this.
but it was a very quick read. Right?
It went by so quick.
So quick.
Yeah. Like a lot of books are taking me forever to finish nowadays.
Yeah.
But this one, I just like looked at the because our bottom right hand corner is always the same. We always do the percentage.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked up, it was like 30%. Then it was 45. Like it went by so fast.
So quick.
Yeah.
Also, do you turn it into the hours left in reading too? Because I do that, and now it's making it.
I don't, but it keeps popping up, and I don't love it. But I don't have a second option selected because you can do two. I always do the percentage.
Oh yeah.
And then you have the option of doing like the time, the pages.
Yes.
I don't do any of that because I just like to know the percentage.
Got
I don't. Yeah, really care about anything else. Okay, so now that we have the summary, we're going to go into our overall thoughts. And Sarish, I would like for you to start.
Okay. Let's be for real. This was a June pick, and we said we were going to go light, fun, and I mean, the title kind of says it all, Summer in the City.
Yeah.
I think it was a perfect pick. I will not say that this is something that it's a must read. I thought it was a very fun, easy read.
Okay.
A palate cleanser, as I like to say, after like a thriller or any sort of serious book, you know? Not that I read a palate cleanser because our last book was also kind of fluffy, but that's okay.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
I haven't read like a thriller or anything crazy in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so overall, easy read. good summer read, good beach read. If you love New York, this was perfect for that. And I thought it was for the time, for the season of fun reads that we were hoping for.
Yeah.
It did the job.
Agreed. Yeah.
And that's all I'll say until we get into discussion questions.
Okay, gotcha. I really was loving this book up until like 60%. Yeah. I was just thinking, oh my God, if anyone asked me for a summer read recommendation, this is going to be the first title out of my mouth. I really just loved the trope of it. Like, it's my favorite kind of romance. Like, it was a billionaire romance, but I love when the guy is in it more, and he has to try harder, but he has to play it cool.
Yes.
He's not like in your face with like all of the love, you know what I mean?
I mean, until the end, but yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I love the first 60% of it. The female character, I liked her, but she wasn't someone that I wanted to root for. She had a lot of tendencies to almost like not think for herself. And I guess we'll get into it later, but just the parts where she would be like, you know, my mom wouldn't love this for me. And there were a lot of reasons where that wouldn't be true. So we'll get into that more. But
it's more like self-sabotage too.
And that, thank you for saying that. That is the absolute worst trope in a book. So loved the guy, hated that the girl did a lot of self-sabotage.
No,
so
that was
it was
like
a
her the
balance.
entire book.
Yeah. So I'd be like, oh my God, love him. Oh my God, hate her. So it just like kept going up and down on the scale. And then of course, you know, when it gets very, what's the word? Like unbelievable in the book is where they lose me. And it takes me, because when I was reading it, I was loving it. I felt like I was in it. Like I wasn't in Texas anymore. I was in New York.
Yeah.
And when that kind of craziness gets to me, where the guy is spending like half of his net worth just to make a girl happy, I was like, okay, now I know I'm reading a book. Like, have you heard that where it's like,
it brings you back to reality.
It brings you back to reality. You remember that this is a book and not a world that you're currently in. And that's what was happening to me.
And I don't love that, because I like being sucked into whatever the reality is of the book and just truly taking that ride until it's done.
Yes.
This, I left off that ride at like 60%. You're
100%.
Yeah.
And I love when I'm reading a book, and seriously, it's been like 3 hours and I feel like I like come up for air, you know? And I remember, like I have my own life. Like this is not me. Like it's a whole different world. So I love that. And with this, I felt like I didn't have that like air that I was coming up for air. And I was being pulled out of it in a way where I was like, oh, like that wasn't fun, you know?
Right.
And like, this is stupid, but mainly I did love it. I would still recommend it as a summer read for sure.
As long as you know what you're getting yourself into, it's perfect for that.
Yes. Yeah. It really.
So I will preface it before I recommend it. And honestly, even in our Instagram captions, like that's what needs to be said.
Have you read Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher?
I have not.
Have you seen it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
You've told me about
really
this.
popular.
You've told me about this.
So this book reminded me of that. And that book, the part that I disliked the most, this book had a lot of, where he, in one auction, and there were so many auctions in this book.
Yeah.
In one auction, he spent $50 million for her, like just because she was like squealing and so happy. And literally the same thing happened in this book. And I was like, this is so unrealistic. I can't get over it.
No, for sure. But you also, maybe it's our age and just like life lessons to know that that's not
how things work.
Or what's appropriate, or like how you should be doing things.
Yeah, maybe
so
if I was like 22, I would have loved this book.
Like, bring it on. Are you kidding me? Like, bring on the rubies. Thank you. But now that you've like had more experiences, you're just like, no, like, you know.
But that was definitely one part of it. Also, I hate when a female main lead cannot dress, does not dress, when she
Oh,
only had sweats and literally had no outside clothes because she's a writer, so she was like staying in all the time. I totally get it. Like during COVID, everyone was buying sweats, but during COVID, I bought sweats, but then I also bought Skims loungewear to look cute around the apartment for no one else besides me. Like I love
It's for
that
yourself.
kind of girl.
Mhm.
I hate a girl who, and she even said, I don't want to dress up because I don't want to be leered at by people. And I was like, okay, people, not everyone is leering. People appreciate when you put effort into your appearance. And so that part really bugged me. And
Yeah.
like literally the first 30% of the book, she was a slob kebab. And
No,
that is
that's-
not someone I like.
That's literally what I was gonna say. She gave off slob kebab energy.
And why? I'm sorry. Why is this billionaire into you when you're a slob kebab? It's not realistic.
It's not realistic. And also, like, if you're such a successful screenwriter and you apparently take your work seriously, how about you take your own self seriously? You know, get it together, get your shit together, and look the part. But whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I highlighted things about her outfits because I knew that that's like one of our biggest pet peeves in books is, and I feel like this always happens in romance books like this where they try to make the girl so like sloppy, and it's annoying because the guy is so put together and the girl's just like frailing, you know?
Just imagine in real life, like someone who's like, okay, not a billionaire, but like well off or well settled, has his life together, like looks put together, but is mentally put together in everything. Like career,
they're not
home
going
life,
for
everything.
women that are looking like they don't take
that
themselves seriously.
literally doesn't own a dress and has to borrow outfits from her friend.
From her friend that lives in Los Angeles and gets her stuff like
and
mailed
miraculously
to her,
was
appears.
Getting it shipped to her to go see her, but didn't tell the girl that she was coming. And now all of a sudden she has like 100 outfits for summer. Make it make sense.
No, it's okay. But enough of that. We have discussion questions.
So the first question, who was your favorite character and who did you resonate with the most?
I think by your overview, I know who your favorite character is.
Who?
The guy.
Oh, 100%. Loved him.
No, for sure. Honestly, I didn't have a favorite character except for New York City. Like that was my character.
Yeah.
Every time they just started talking about the city, what they were doing, I was like transported.
And the specific restaurants like Lucali, I got so excited because that's been on my list to go in New York. But every single time we go, we stay in Manhattan. And I'm like, I know there's going to be a 2-hour wait. Yeah. What am I going to Brooklyn for? If not, like what am I going to be doing while the line is moving?
But now you know exactly
slowly.
what you're doing. And also like Greenpoint in Brooklyn now, like I explored that last time I was there because my friend recently moved to Greenpoint. Loved it. Found literally the tiniest little seafood tasting menu. So we did the tasting menu, and then apparently after that, like I was still hungry, so then we had pizza after. Like I was psychotic that trip and just eating the entire way. So
that's what you're supposed to do.
I have your full list, you know.
Okay,
but no, that was my favorite part of this book was New York City and just experiencing it while reading, and it just makes me miss the city even more and like want to go back again.
100%. I was like getting jealous of my friend that lives there because I'm like, oh my god, she can literally read this book and then go there that night.
Yeah, I feel like you need to send her screenshots.
Yes, I need to tell her to read the book because I feel like she would really like it.
Yeah.
But anyway, whenever I was going into the book, I really thought it would be, because I had heard that it was like Sex in the City. So I was expecting a group of 4 girlfriends and all of them dating, but like a main character. Okay, I saw that on TikTok and they for sure like did not even read the book.
Or watch the freaking series.
Yeah, I think they were just saying that because of the title. So that's what I was expecting. And then literally within the first 5 pages, she kept on calling herself a hermit. I was like, oh, like this is not the vibe that I thought it was going to be. But that was one part that I liked about her because I'm not that big of a hermit, but I related to her when she was saying like she loves to be at home and like loves to like have a movie night and stuff.
There's an extent to that. And
that's why I'm saying
she passed like, that threshold like.
Yes. Yeah, whereas like she lived in New York but hated it because she wasn't doing it. That would never be me.
No, never. But honestly, like her routine of just like going to the coffee shop and like getting the scone, I live for that routine. Like now 100%. That I'm obsessed with almond croissants, Anya, I can't tell you. Like if I don't have one every Saturday.
Do you remember when she was saying that coffee shop that she loved, there was a girl walking out with an almond croissant? I literally thought of
Yeah.
you. And it's so funny. They look so pretty. They taste
What is your
like
problem with
ass.
almonds?
Because why do
They
I
don't
want
taste like
almonds
ass.
on a I tried it, Serge. I tried it. And the almonds were bitter. And the croissant was amazing. The powdered sugar is amazing. Why do I want nut?
Okay.
First of all, I don't even, you know how people put nuts in their brownies? I don't like that.
No. Okay, well, really quickly, I know this has nothing to do with the book, but if you are in Texas, my top 2 recommendations.
Okay.
Swedish Hill if you're in Austin, and then Village Baking I believe
Village Baking Co.
Village Baking Co. is in Dallas, but I think it may also be in Houston. But if Houston has Tiny's, you can go to Tiny's instead. But almond croissants, get them warmed up a little bit, and then just, my mouth is watering right now. That with a cappuccino or like an iced nitro, I can't. Like,
no, it sounds beautiful. I
you know,
totally
it's
get
beautiful.
you.
And so
I
loved her
understand.
routine in New
Yes.
York.
Yeah.
But that was my
the
favorite
blueberry
character.
spoon is more so up my
Yeah,
alley than
yeah,
an almond
yeah,
croissant. But it did sound so good. And I was like, I
No.
need to go to a coffee shop, get a pastry, because I never get pastries, you know?
No, it's a Saturday.
I need
Saturday
to do
now.
it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Elle places great importance on independence, sometimes to the detriment of her relationships. LOL, did she ever? Have you ever found yourself prioritizing independence over connection? How do you strike a balance between self-reliance and vulnerability? And I just want to say, this is the part that comes in where she kept saying, my mom would not be happy to see me here. My mom would not be happy to see a $50 million pink diamond on my neck just because it was covering up her fashion jewelry necklace. My mom would not be happy that I'm with this nice billionaire of a man who would do anything to make me happy, who's so sweet, so loyal, so everything. Please think for yourself. Your mom was not happy because she did not learn English because she said her husband said, you don't need to learn it. I can speak for the both of us. That is on so her. Different than you being successful on your own. God forbid anything happened. You would be okay.
Yeah.
Like, just her not thinking for herself and just kept putting like her mom's thoughts into herself. I'm like, I'm sorry, you're a successful
taking like
adult.
one side of her mom's thinking, but not taking the other side. Her mom literally was like, be independent, have your own life, be successful in your own right.
Yeah.
That part she didn't understand, and she only grabbed and gravitated towards like the money part, and that was
it was so annoying. But also, like, wouldn't you think that your mom would love to see you happy and in love and with a great guy who would do anything for you? Like, that's like what a mom wants, like someone who's there for her daughter, like no matter what happens. So that was so immature.
And I'm sorry, like he spent the entire summer like going to all of these quintessential like New York City spots that he's like, I don't care for. I'm
he's
scared
afraid
of heights
going up.
No, literally, like, okay, what else do you need, woman?
Yeah.
So she that's why I didn't love her character, was because she's so infuriating in those instances where I'm like, let's make the right choice here. But every single time it happened, she made the exact wrong choice.
That's seriously the worst trope in a book. And I feel the second part of the question, have you found yourself prioritizing independence or over connection? I feel like honestly we're smarter than that, and we would see the bigger picture and know what to do in that scenario.
And they go hand in hand, honestly. Like they can go hand in hand. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not mutually exclusive. You're fine.
She was
like take the wins everywhere, you know?
She was so infuriating. I couldn't deal with her.
Same. Okay, throughout the book, wealth is shown to both empower and entrap, used to open doors but also to exert control. In what ways does the story comment on contemporary power dynamics related to economic privilege, especially in elite industries like tech and entertainment? And I don't know why. Like at first, whenever I was reading the question, I was like, this is just like so easy to talk about. But the second part, like the industries like tech and entertainment, I just like for some reason kept thinking about Jeff Bezos's ex-wife. Like they were like the most powerful in both now, like obviously tech, but now he's part of like entertainment too, with like Amazon Prime and stuff. And and his current wife like doing all of these things in that space. But I was just thinking about her, was like, even though like it didn't last, like things happen, you can take the wins that come with those sorts of situations. Like she got so much money and she did what she wanted to do with it. She donated more than half of it to charity. And like the scene where they're at the club and they're supposed to be having fun, like drinking, dancing, enjoying themselves. And she is like literally donating his money while they're at the club. To me, that was seriously the stupidest scene to put in the book. I was rolling my eyes so hard.
I forgot about it because it was that bad.
It was so bad. But then I was like, okay, like if this is what you want, take that win and roll with that. If that's what's going to make you feel better about the situation, keep doing those things. Yeah. More power to you. Could not be me at a club like making donations. That, like,
you can't make these donations if your boyfriend was not at this caliber.
Yes. Good point. Good point.
You know, so if you don't
you're
want that,
be with a brokey who can't donate $1 million to a random charity that you like.
So that's on you, girl. Like you make the decision you want to make. So yeah,
you have to like
no, I can't
take it. And obviously, there's like with her mom. You know, her husband, her dad was so successful. But he was like doing everything in his power to control her, like didn't want her to learn English, didn't want her to get a job, didn't want her to do anything. You have to within yourself realize like that is the entrapment, the bad part, and this is not what is happening to you. Like this guy would do anything for you.
It's very two different situations that she's kind of like merging into one, which makes zero sense.
Yeah.
But also like at the end of the book, she asked this question to the old woman who owns the house on Gramercy Park. Mm-hmm. And she was like, how do you take the outside public saying that you got this inheritance from your now dead husband and you didn't do anything like in life? And the woman was like, I hate it, but like I'm not living my life for those people. I was successful in my own right. I also married someone more successful than myself. Yeah. And guess what? He wouldn't have been into me if I wasn't independent or successful of my own right. And us together created this life. So of course I'm going to enjoy it. And people have something to say. They can be jealous and they have something to say.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? And she was like, oh. And I was like,
you can't think that for yourself like 2 years ago?
No, I couldn't deal. And so it's like, okay, I hope she finally got it. And thank God she finally got it, you know?
The more we talk about this book, the more it's like waning in the rating for me. Yeah. And I really did enjoy the first 60% of it. And by the way, like this is the last question. So one thing I want to go into is some parts did make me laugh out loud.
Yes.
Like, okay, can I read one of the quotes? Because I highlighted it and it was so funny to me. Yeah. And so, like, I don't want to completely lose all of the positives that I felt.
No, I know.
But, okay, so this is one. I slowly rise, but Parker must be a light sleeper. His eyes open immediately. That's good, I say, still partially asleep, for the serial killers. He suddenly looks concerned. What? Being a light sleeper, it's good. Maybe you would stand a chance. I yawn. I sleep like a rock. I always think if someone murdered me in the middle of the night, I'd sleep through the whole thing. Elle, he says, very carefully. What the fuck are you talking about? It was so funny. I seriously started laughing out loud. And I love used to love true crime podcasts. So I was just cracking up. That was one of the things. And
that's funny that you highlighted that because guess what I highlighted?
What?
Literally my favorite. No, I nothing like that.
Okay.
He bought me a chain of coffee shops because they discontinued my favorite scone. He bought me a ring for every day of the summer we spent together. I was like, honestly, goals.
Like what?
What's your problem?
Serge. Okay. And another thing about her attitude.
He's kind. I'm not saying that's the only thing. He's also kind and he loves you.
Yes.
Like that's the main. This is supplemental and amazing.
I feel like she just had like a heart up for anything that had to do with success of anyone else besides her. Because this guy Benson, do you remember him at the club?
Yeah.
He turned out to be a freak. However, this one thing that he said, I was like, take a freaking joke. Like, calm down. So, the guy, her boyfriend, oh my God, Parker, thank you. Parker said, "This is Elle, my girlfriend." He turns to me. "This is Benson. We were in the same incubator a few years ago, aka college."
Yeah.
And Benson said, "I recently had an exit," talking about like
the exit of
Parker,
his company,
yeah, and Parker making so much money. So he was saying, "I recently had an exit," Benson says, shaking my hand for a little too long. Not as big as Warren's, of course, but not too bad. And to me, if that happened to me in person where a guy is making a joke about like, "Oh, like I just sold my company too, but like didn't make as money as," to me, that's endearing.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's a joke. Like, and it's a club. Like, he's not trying to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, but isn't that endearing? Like, I feel like not too much, but when some people say things to not bring themselves down, but just to like, I don't know, like, have some self-deprecation like within a joke. It's just funny. It's lighthearted. Like, it makes it the conversation.
What happens after
wasn't good. Where he was like a freak and calling like two women girls and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But that like
he was trying to break the ice.
Yes, and that comment that got her all riled up and like made her hate this guy at the beginning. I was like, you need to calm down, and this is like a you problem with your attitude and not everyone else. So that was like one thing where I just didn't love her attitude about things. And then okay, this is another one about her attitude. Ready? This is when they were going to, I want to say like one of the galas or something, and he brought in all of the dresses.
Yes.
The stylist brought them in for her to try on at home. So it says, "We have a car waiting to take you to the store, but Mr. Warren said you might prefer trying them on in the comfort of your own home," she tells me. "Did he?" I say flatly, wondering if I should be mad at him for this. What in God's name would you be mad at him bringing you gowns in your home to try them on peacefully at your home instead of lugging yourself to a store, like being hot while trying everything on, like going outside into the mirrors and having everyone see like what you look like in all the dresses? If I could save that pain and have someone bring me all the clothes to my home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You say a simple thank you, graciously
and you take
smile.
it for what it is. And you do not cause problems where there are none. She literally said, "Did he?" I say flatly, wondering if I should be mad at him for this. Oh my God, we are not the same. Like, I literally cannot relate to these people.
Okay, but no, I think we're trying not to like dodge on her too much, because it was still a fun read in terms of being in the city and just like a summer romance. It did get lengthy because she's just self-deprecating, or not. No, what did I say? She was.
I think self-deprecating, self-sabotaging. Yes, yeah.
Her entire life, her entire relationship. So that's on her, and that was the annoying part. But I think it ended in a way where I was like, okay, this is like very unbelievable. Like, I'm sorry, like him just taking all of Harry Winston that same day. Everything is open for her because he purchased all of it for one of each day of the summer they spent together.
I roll. That's what takes me out, you know?
Yeah. But honestly, Lux, amazing. Good for you.
Yes. But there's one part, I feel you, where she said it was when he was buying the $50 million pink diamond.
Yeah.
And it said, I say, "My knowledge of pink diamonds comes exclusively from the Pink Panther movie with Beyonce." And so loved that part. And then there was another part that was funny where they were talking about like whenever they first got success, like what did you do with that money, you know? So she was like, "So what did you do with it?" And he said the first thing he did was paid off my mom's mortgage. The second was get blackout drunk at a nightclub. Then I bought the nightclub. And then they were talking about that, and he said the same to her, like, "What about you? What did you do?" And she was like, "Oh, are we trading first time we bought a nightclub stories?" And I was like laughing out loud. That was like a good joke, like within the book. So there were nice moments. Overall, good read. I think just because like we have to talk so much for this episode, we just go into the depths and like bring up the negatives more.
No, but it was fun.
It was a fun read.
Okay.
Let's do our Hollywood section now.
I want you to go first because I don't think mine are good.
I think I have the perfect
God,
people.
okay.
One, we say wait too often, but honestly, like, I don't know why he's not in rom-coms because this guy needs to be in all of them.
I know exactly
everyone
what you're
is
gonna say.
obsessed with him. And he can also play like the bachelor, billionaire, funny part so well. Okay. So my Parker Warren is Theo James. Of course, like, who else is there?
Yeah.
He's just like, I can also see him being like a tech bro. You know, I feel like I've said that. I'm getting
think
deja vu.
Literally play whoever he wants to play.
Totally agree. And then my L, I found this so last minute, but Camilla Morone, Leonardo DiCaprio's ex-girlfriend, who played that character in Daisy Jones in The Six or whatever. Is she's so gorgeous. They would seriously be the most stunning couple. Like, she is beautiful.
Wow.
And the character, like, Elle
really
has
good.
dark hair.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And they're from Colombia, right? And Camilla Morone has something in her. I don't know what, but something. She has
some sort of mix in her.
Yeah.
That is good. That's good.
Thank
okay,
you.
Well, that's
patting myself on the back.
Like completely different. Okay, my Parker is Jacob Elordi.
Okay.
I think that's better than the girl that I chose, which was Allison. What did I say her last name was?
Allison Williams.
Allison Williams, but I kind of want to change that because
he's
much younger.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. Them two together, no, but Allison could easily play that part.
Okay.
Now that you said the Daisy Jones, who is the girl who has this bangs, but they're dark hair? Oh
Olivia Rodrigo?
No. She's also tall. I'm going to have to can you?
Is it Dakota Johnson?
No, she's a Dakota Johnson lookalike. Can you Google Dakota Johnson lookalikes in Hollywood?
Yeah.
And she is like around Jacob Elordi's. Yeah, I would say that she's like Gen Z. Let me see.
Do any of these look familiar? Is
I
it?
want to say Gen Z.
Right
here. This girl.
Wait, show me.
This okay. Well,
it's loading.
Sorry, you guys are like in.
You could have you clicked on it and now it's taking you to like a whole article.
Dang it. Okay,
but
I will find it.
Who you're talking about?
Yeah.
She's also a Is that her?
Daisy Edgar Jones.
Oh, okay.
That's her.
She was
her with Jacob Elordi.
She was in the movie adaptation of Crawdads. She was the main character. I just want to say you've had much better Hollywood adaptation.
I know,
people.
but now that I'm picking Daisy Edgar Jones, I think she is so stunning.
Okay.
So stunning.
Okay.
And I literally have like her stuff saved for like makeup inspo.
Oh, cute.
Because her hair is dark.
Okay.
And so I think her and Jacob Elordi. But I'm happy for you too. And now that this is actually like being made into a movie, I wonder who will be in the cast.
I think we need to.
We'll find out.
Like story it, tag the author because we get responses from authors somehow. So I feel like
somehow.
I feel like we should just like slide into her DMs and say, by the way,
we have
Theo James and Camilla Morone. And by the way, instant hit. Hit.
But I also think Daisy Edgar Jones.
We'll give them options.
They
can choose from her options. Yeah. Okay, what is your rating? I'm not gonna lie, like the more we talked about it, it did.
The lower your rating went?
Yeah, but I don't want to lower it too much because it was okay. I think I know my rating.
Okay. My rating. Okay. Goodreads 4.
Okay.
My personal rating 3.1. What?
That's a big difference.
I know. Okay. So the reason why on Goodreads I gave it a 4 is because I think for the girlies that want this kind of book vibe, it's good.
It's not for them. It's for the girlies.
It's for the girlies, and it's for the girlies that literally want a fun summer city read, because it's not written in like a super cheesy way until you get to the very end where it's like, that would never happen, you know? But
it's enjoyable overall.
Yes. Yeah. Besides that, it's not
and imagine,
cringy.
Imagine reading this on the beach. It's perfect because it's amazing vibes, and like you don't need to, if you like miss some things in the book, if you're yeah, you're good. Oh my God, if you are going on a beach vacation,
this is amazing for it.
You need to read this book.
You will not be stressed out by it. Like, you will want to finish it, but it doesn't matter. Like, if you're going to dinner, you won't be thinking about the book while at dinner, you know?
Yeah, if you have too many drinks, you forget some pages.
Like, have a little margarita. It's fine, you know? So that is for Goodreads, because I think it serves the purpose of a summer city fun read. But
my
personally,
rating is the same on Goodreads and personal. I'm giving it a 4 for both.
Oh wow.
4 on Goodreads because we always do that a little bit higher. But I didn't want to give it a 3 something because honestly, romances these days, we talk about this so much, they are so hard to come by where you're genuinely enjoying it. Like these days, whenever I download a romance, I'm into it for the first like 10-15% and I'm already over the people.
Yes.
But these two people, I just like really liked the story. Like the trope for the guy was a lot of fun. And even the stuff that I didn't like about the girl, I feel like compared to other books, I would like latch onto it so much. But while I was reading it, I would like keep forgetting her mistakes in the book. And so whenever she did something new, I would be like, oh, okay. And then like I would like move on quickly from it. So it bothered me less than it has in previous books.
I agree.
And for that, and just imagining a girl buying this on her Kindle and reading it like on a beach daybed while like ordering a drink and fries and having this, I'm so happy for her.
No,
like if this is you this summer,
enjoy it.
Enjoy it. I wish you the best time. Like we are just like wanting you to have the best enjoyment with this book on
and then listen to our podcast because it'll bring you back to reality.
Exactly.
Real quick.
You'll be like, oh, like I guess the book wasn't good.
No, it's good. It's good.
4 out of 5. Loved it. We don't have a book for next time yet. We will announce on our Instagram and the Bookish episode. Sarah, what are you thinking? Because I feel like we're having the same thoughts.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go away from the romances just a little bit. Like it's been enough, you know.
Yeah.
May and June, it's been a lot. So I think we go historical fiction.
Let's see. I feel like because it's summer, we need to just like keep it like a little bit lighthearted, but maybe like a fun, I'm honestly feeling a thriller, like a fun summer thriller, like a murder that happens.
You know what?
On a beach.
Ellen Hildebrand book would be perfect for this because she is the perfect mix of.
And I've never read her.
What?
Yes. I think we've talked about this, no?
We did because last episode we talked about 5-Star Weekend, how they're coming out with
We're done. We need to choose one of her books.
Okay. So July will be an Ellen read, and
if you
if you have your favorite Ellen read that you want us to
let us know
for July, let us know. Oh my God, I am thrilled. That will be perfect.
Done. I'm so happy that like we've narrowed it down.
We've narrowed it down
with amazing books. So I'm told.
Also, we're coming up on our 1-year podcast anniversary, which is crazy. And I think our books have been great. So if you have your favorite Ellen Hildebrand book that you want us to read for July, let us know.
Let us know. I think our anniversary, it's in September, right? And we are in June. So we just have like 2 more books to go. And then at the end, we should start doing polls to get to the readers' like best book of ours.
For the last year,
So follow us on Instagram. We're gonna do that, and that'll be so much fun to see like what people enjoy the most.
I'm so
what
excited.
Sticks with you, because you know sometimes.
And I feel like we've had a lot of recent new readers and new followers on Instagram, and we get really sweet messages from you guys. So we'd love to hear like how you found us, and if it's on YouTube, we'd love to hear that because we really don't need to be like recording on video and YouTube. We just think this is like the most fun, and we do it honestly for the reading vibes and just like for our own enjoyment. But yeah, 1 year almost. So
love. I'm so excited to see people's favorite book, to choose our Ellen Hildebrand book for next month.
Yeah, so if you have recommendations, put a little comment on YouTube or Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever
slide
you're
into our
listening.
DMs, whichever.
Shelf Sisters Podcast on Instagram, and then the Shelf Sisters on TikTok.
I think just Shelf Sisters on TikTok. Yes.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much, and happy summer. Thank you.